next portion of the connector editor that I'd like to point out is up here where you see liner and insulation. Here you will notice that we can put in values. What these values mean is if you would like your liner to ride up the connector a given distance, you can type in here the value you would like and the liner will ride up it. For example, imagine we'd like our liner to ride up the connector a half of an inch. Well, let's take a look at right now what our liner looks like when it's at 0, 0 and we apply test slip and drive. You can see here as we apply liner, let's say 1-inch acoustic liner, you'll notice right here in the flat you can tell that the liner is just riding right to the tip of the edge, right where the lock and the connector meet. However, if I were to go back and change the liner's value to say a ½ inch, press enter, right now that's going to take the liner and it's going to ride up to this point right here, which we can also see if we look at it in the flat. Here we can see if we look down at one of our blanks that the liner is now touching exactly at that bend point, which is exactly a ½ inch up the entire connector. If I were to change it to 1 inch, it would go all the way to the edge. We'll do so right now. We come back to our connector, we'll put in 1 inch, and then we'll go back to the takeoff. Applying 1-inch acoustic liner now, you can see that it rides up the connector an entire inch, which means it covers up the 1-inch connector totally. The next choice we have is how we would like the liner to move out onto the locks. We actually have 2 points here. We've got the first edge of the lock and the second edge. Right now we have everything set as to liner go to the first edge of the lock. If we would like the liner to ride all the way to the second edge of the lock, we can come out and go into our preferences. Down here in our preferences, we have a choice where it says liner setback on and insulation add-on. If we put the second lock edge and then go into any takeoff, you will see that now the liner is riding all the way to the second lock edge. Right here, let's apply our 1-inch acoustic liner, and you can see here that the liner now is riding all the way to the second lock edge. This is how you'll be able to adjust your liner to the exact distance from the lock or the connector's edge at any point in time.